Welcome back to the Paris Sports Network. Apologize for some technical difficulties. Had to exit out of that first stream and get a new one set up, but I think we've got that worked out. Just wait for you all to hop over onto this, what should be a new link, new video to watch. This will be where we broadcast this second half of Paris and Danville. Tigers lead 17-8. Their first set comes up empty on the offensive end. Danville on the other end of the court missed a three. That was Bell who fired. Rebounded by Huerta. Her putback was no good. Back the other way come the Tigers. Kaylee Young spins around, puts one up with the left hand. Missed it. Rebounded by Bell of Danville. Now Conaway on the other end lays it in. 17-10. Baseline drive. Edwards lays it in over the side of the rim. A while since we've seen Kylie, and she's back on the court making a difference.
Yeah, she's got to be on that floor for Coach Tingley. She's a difference maker on both ends. Ladies are growing restless here at Eveland. Gracie Watson will pick up her first foul of the contest, first in the quarter for the Lady Tigers.
Porter in the corner. Gave it to Conaway, kick out Bell, three no good. Huerta offensive rebound, put it up through the arms of Peyton Smith, who got enough to block it. Here come the Tigers. Young into the lane. Had her shot blocked. Peyton Smith has it, spins around, puts one up left hand, no good, rebounded by Bell. Bell up ahead to Huerta, who wasn't ready for it. Goes out of bounds off of her hand.
Boy, what a great job by Peyton Smith on that last trip, just standing their ground on that weak side rebound, put back attempt, and kudos to the officials for not calling that a foul, because it definitely wasn't. That's about the only way you can defend that. It's just go straight to the ceiling, and she did a great job.
Clark gave it to Young, who gets across the timeline. Here's Camp back into the game for the Tigers. Clark to Edwards, down low. Camp, that was Combs who cleared out the entire lane for Palin, and Camp will score it. It's 21-10.
Easiest assist that Kylie will have this evening for sure.
Bell, pass deflected out of bounds by Combs.
Just a different speed here in the first 2+ minutes of this third quarter, as Coach Tingley is prone to doing, getting them fired up in that locker room.
Here's a drive by Conaway. Shot off the glass from the lane is good. 21-12. Young across half court. A foul call.
Audrina Burns will pick up that foul. That's going to be her third. First of the second half.
Young calls out the offense, gives to Clark. Clark over on the left wing, up top Combs. Combs beyond the volleyball line, now she'll dribble to the right wing. Hand off Camp. Camp, a foot in the lane. Ball knocked out of her hands, but Clark had it down low to Young. Here's Combs cutting down the right side of the lane. She'll catch and finish.
Sharing the basketball, that's what point guards do. Kaylee Young with a great find and nice cut by Morgan on that.
Foul's going to be called on Camp. Bell tried to dribble behind her back. In order to go after it, she had to run into Camp.
Just a second foul for Palin, second for Lady Tigers. Janai Parker back in. She took a long break in that first half.
(23-12). Tigers lead by 11. Here is Parker. Deep on the left wing. She has a lane and lost it off of her own foot. Picked up by Huerta. Picked up by Conaway in a corner. Bell. Lefty will fire a three and miss it. Rebounded by Camp on the weak side. Camp will push across half court. Has Edwards in the corner. Finds her. Kylie a three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Combs. Has Clark out at the wing. Gives to Taylor, now down low. Young, easy two, and it's 25-12. Timeout by Paris. Coach Tingley will take a 30-second timeout. Tigers have opened this one up to a 13-point lead.
Unselfish basketball here in this third quarter for Lady Tigers. All three of their buckets have been assisted on here in this third quarter. Run down some first half stats for you all. We got a chance. Lady Vikings shot just 20%, 2 out of 10 from inside the arc. Didn't make a three-pointer in 5 attempts, and we're 33% from the free throw line. For Lady Tigers, they shot 21% from inside the arc, just 6% from beyond, but made 6 out of 8 from charity stripe to hold that slim 17-8 lead at halftime, and now they've stretched that out to, the 22-12 halftime lead, and now they've stretched that out.
Danville will have the ball out of the timeout. Huerta brings it into the front court. Hand off Parker. Parker not the strongest dribbler and dribbled another one off of herself. Out of bounds, turnover Danville.
17 turnovers on the night for Danville.
Young across half court. Into the corner, here's Camp. Camp. Young up top. Dribbled in, now gets it back in the lane. Kick out Edwards. Clark, left side, Young. Young has Camp underneath the basket, and a foul's going to be called on Danville.
That's a good thing, too, because there was no way Palin could have got that ball up to the front of the rim. Shawnee Conaway's going to pick up her third foul. Second for Danville.
First free throw from Camp, no good.
Peyton Keys will check in for Lady Tigers, giving Kylie Edwards a breather.
Palin hits the second, makes it 26-12.
7 points on the night for Camp.
Huerta brought it up for Danville, gave it to Bell. Pass to Conaway. Conaway has 4 Tigers around her. In the lane, fires up a fadeaway, missed it. Rebounded by Combs, and she threw it away.
Seems like one-on-one basketball for Danville here in this third quarter, whereas totally opposite end of the spectrum. Lady Tigers assisting on every bucket thus far.
Porter has it in the short corner, kicks out Bell. Bell guarded by Keys. Bell to Conaway cutting through the lane. She lays it in for 2. It's 26-14. Clark with it for the Tigers. Gives to Young out top. Young a drive, gives to Combs. Peyton Keys has it now. Palin Camp. Camp hesitation move and then drives in, missed the layup. Rebounded by Keys. Second chance Tigers. Young into the corner. This is Clark. Clark a drive after a crossover off the glass. Too strong. Got her own miss. Put it back up and in.
Taylor with a pair of offensive rebounds that time, both courtesy of herself. Stuck with it. Ends up her first 2 points of the night.
Bell gives to Conaway at the free throw line. Kick out Bell. Jada Bell, Euro step, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Clark. Young, up ahead, Camp. No dribble needed, layup, rolls around and through. Bit softer rim on this end, and it's 30-14. Huerta passing in the corner, out of bounds. Turnover, Danville.
18th turnover. 3 substitutions, 4 substitutions for Coach Tingley here. Peyton Keys, the only lady staying on the floor.
Danville's Jada Bell was asking for a break. She's not going to get it. You start to see the Tigers' intensity and speed help them pull away from Danville here. Smith at the elbow gives to Bicknell. Bicknell drives in, layup, no good. Left it short, rebounded by Conaway. Conaway lost control of it, but it was off of the Tiger, out of bounds. Porter has it. Throws a runner up from just inside the three-point line. Missed it. Rebound off of a Viking. Tiger ball. Tigers lead is 16 points. 1:40 to play, third quarter. Smith fires far side. Edwards. Edwards has it back from Watson. Her three in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Bell of Danville. Bell rips it away from three Tigers, gives to Conaway. Danville has numbers. Takes him a second too long to realize that. Conaway does get a decent shot at it from the lane. Missed it. Jump ball called. Will stay with Danville.
Good job by Peyton. She tried to block out two Lady Vikings that time. Got one of them blocked out and just enough hand on the ball to force a jump ball.
Checking in for the Vikings, number 11, Maya Cross, along with number 33, Sergio.
Huerta looks to inbound for Danville. Out top, now far side. This is Conaway, a three. No good. Rebound pulled down in the lane. Kick out to Bell. Danville reset. Second chance for the Vikings. Conaway out of control dribble. Taken away by Watson. Edwards into the corner. Here's Macy Bicknell. Bicknell spins around Huerta, but Huerta read it. Stuck with her. Forced a tough shot. Here's Watson, a wide open three that rims out. Rebounded by Keys. Smith in the lane. Kick out Bicknell. Back to Peyton. Step outside of the block. Keys with it now. Thought about taking the jumper. Did not. Nearly turned it over. Lucky it landed in the hands of Peyton Smith, who gives back to Keys. Approaching half a minute to play, and the Tigers will settle things down as Watson has it on the right wing. Smith at the elbow. Into the lane. Her chest pass intended for Edwards was deflected by Bell. Keys was there to save it. Now Bicknell fires a three. Far corner. Got it to go. 33-14.
Just a huge dagger that time. Danville playing great defense. Lady Tigers with offensive rebounds galore that time.
Turnover on this end by Danville with 2 seconds on the clock.
20th turnover of the night for Danville.
Kylie Edwards fires a softball shot down to the other end of the court. And we will head to the fourth quarter. Tigers leading Danville 33-14. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes here on the Paris Sports Network.
The Paris Sports Network would like to thank our affiliate sponsors, Paul and Kathy Porter, Steve and Lynn Young, White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, Will and Mary Ann Majors, and the Mary Lou Pine family. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30.
8 minutes to play here at Ernie Eveland Gym. Tigers lead 33-14 as they look to finish off Danville.
Yeah, a good third quarter that time from the Lady Tigers, as we've become accustomed to. Boys will be in action. They'll get their season underway on Monday night. They will travel up to Danville Schlarman, playing that Topper Classic up there. They'll open up action on Monday evening at 6 o'clock as they play against Bismarck, Henning, and Rossville Alvin. We're going to do our best to bring that to you, but there's a lot of interference up there, so we're going to try it Monday night and see how the rest of the week goes then.
Tiger offense for their first set, and they're going to call a travel on Kinsey England.
Just an awkward spot to catch the basketball that time for Kinsey. Just know where to go with it. Just 8th turnover for the Lady Tigers.
Huerta up with it for Danville. Gives to Conaway. Hand off back to Huerta. Shot was affected by Combs. Maybe got a piece of it. Back the other way come the Tigers. Young gives to Clark. Short corner, and she's called for a walk.
Sloppy start to the fourth for Lady Tigers. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers after taking care of the basketball quite well through the first 3 quarters.
Burns brought it up for Danville. Bell has it now, far side. Conaway, she'll fire a 3. Miss it, rebounded by Camp. Here comes Palin leading the charge. Doesn't have numbers, finds Combs. Now Young, baseline drive to the short corner. Kick out Camp. Uses a Combs screen, finds the roller in Morgan Combs, missed the shot. Danville played that well. And here come the Vikings. Huerta brought it up. Shot no good, blocked by the Tigers. Can't pull it down, gave it to Young. Young down the left side of the lane. Layup no good. Rebounded by Danville's Burns. Huerta on the other end of the court gets 2 to fall through after her Euro step. And it's 33-16.
Gabriella's first bucket of the night. First points of the fourth quarter.
Ingram out top. Excuse me, that's Clark. Her shot no good. Had a foot on the three-point line. Offensive rebound and a timeout called by Coach Tingley. It's a full timeout. 6:11 to play.
And we'll touch on the upcoming schedule for the remainder of this tournament. Lady Tigers will finish out pool play Saturday morning at Paris High School. They'll face the Lady Trojans of Charleston. The same bracket north, and the Danville Lady Vikings will play immediately after that at 11:30. And then pool play will start later on in that day, 2 o'clock for the second place and 3:30 for the championship game. Once again, the boys will open up action on Monday at 6 o'clock up at the Topper Classic. Then Tuesday night, the very next night, same time, 6 o'clock, they will face Covington out of Indiana. And then happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and then they'll come back on Friday and face the host school, Danville Schlarman, before wrapping up play Saturday evening at 6 o'clock when they will face Milford.
Both teams out of the timeout. Palin Camp will inbound from in front of the Tiger bench. Kaylee Young steps beyond the half-court line into the backcourt. Alexis Lansall, J.C. Young, and Kinsey England, the other 3 Tigers on the court. Young gives to J.C. Young on the backdoor cut, and J.C. lays it in for 2.
Great back cut that time from J.C., and an even better find that time from Kaylee.
Under 6 to play. Here's Bell for Danville. Turnover. That was Burns who bobbled it. J.C. Young got on the floor to get the steal for Paris. On the other end, Lansall, 1 dribble. Gives to Young, 1 dribble herself. Shot up no good, but a foul called.
Payton all alone on the left side of that lane, but neither Lady Tiger could get it to her. Audrina Burns is going to pick up her 4th foul.
The line for the Tigers, number 24, Jason Young, shooting 2.
That's her 5th. Missed one somewhere, but she will take a seat. And number 33 is in the game.
Free throw from Young is good to make it a 20-point contest.
5th point of the night for JC.
Second is no good, but an offensive rebound. Palin Camp has it. Camp dribbles in the short corner, kick out Ingram. Lansall spins around. Bell plays off of her. Lansall gives to Camp. Tough drive, Palin no good, but an offensive rebound by J.C. Young. The ball batted up in the air, is taken away. Camp gets it back, loses it out of bounds, but last touch by Danville.
Boy, a lot of opportunities for Lady Tigers tonight, but nothing falling. Just 10 made baskets in the game. Yet somehow they lead it by 20.
Camp a three in the corner. Got it. 39-16.
12 points for Camp. Only lady in the game in double digits for either team.
Porter fires up an air ball from three-point land. Rebounded by England. Young up ahead to Camp. Unable to get the layup to fall. Ball will roll out of bounds, and it will be Paris ball.
Edwards check back in, giving Camp a well-deserved breather.
England inbounds to Kaylee Young. Young jump stops in the lane. Jumper no good. Rebound deflected, batted around. On the deck is Lansall, and a jump ball cold. Edwards inbounds to Young. Kaylee gave it back to Edwards. Three, just short. J.C. Young fights for the rebound, unable to get it. Pulled down by Porter. Porter of Danville's. One-on-one. Conaway down the right side of the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by England. England up ahead on the bounce to Edwards. Lobs to J.C. Young. And she is fouled on her way up.
Lindsay Porter will pick up her second of the quarter.
At the line for the Tigers, number 24, J.C. Young, shooting two.
Free throw no good for J.C. She will have a second.
And for the Tigers, number 3, Peyton Keys.
Peyton Keys in for Kaylee Young. Kaylee's night might possibly be over.
3:31 on the clock. Second free throw no good. Lansall another rebound on the offensive end, and she'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
Conaway will pick that foul up. That'll be her fourth.
At the line for the Tigers, number 15, Alexis Lansall.
Seemed like we spent the majority of the fourth quarter on this end of the floor, Clay. Next kind of getting sore staring down here, but
First free throw from Alexis Lansall is good.
And for the Tigers, number 12, Natalie Bridgewater.
Lansall goes 2 of 2. 44-16, 3:23 to play. England plays defense out on cross of Danville. And the turnover will give it back to Paris.
one official called it tip, the other one called over and back. Nonetheless, 23rd turnover for Danville.
Bridgewater had it deep on the right wing. Gave it to Keys. Now Edwards. Bounce pass to Lansall. Pass was deflected by Bell. Lansall on the court. And another jump ball will be called. This time it'll belong to Danville.
I said those words before you have. Yeah, Alexis Lansall on the floor. Tough as they come as Alexis. Be a turnover for Lady Tigers, just their 10th of the night.
44-16. Conaway has it on left wing. Dribbles to the free throw line. Kicks far side Porter. Bell, Conaway. Shove off on Bridgewater, nothing called. Shot no good. Bridgewater fighting for the rebound now. Another jump ball is going to be called. And back the other way we go.
Well, good defensive trip that time for Natalie Bridgewater. Stood her ground on when the offensive player was driving into her and forced that jump ball.
Keys across half court for Paris. Bounce pass finds England cutting through on a backdoor cut. And Kinsey lay it in. It's 46-16.
Want to find that time from Keys on the backdoor cut.
Long shot, no good. An air ball out of bounds. Paris ball.
Cameron Engelmeyer will make her first appearance of the game.
Vikings, number 50, Carmen Engelmeyer.
46-16. Approaching a minute and a half to play. Keys had it in the lane. Gives to Bridgewater. She will lay one up over the side of the rim. Roll out, no good. Rebounded by Danville. Porter fires up a wild shot that goes. Plus the foul. She'll have a chance at a three-point play.
This guy hook is good. Alexis Lansall will pick up her second foul. Porter's first bucket of the night.
Free throw from Porter goes. 46-19. Edwards a drive, left her shot short. Rebound, kick out. Here's England. After the offensive board for the Tigers. Edwards pass, deflected out of bounds. Running clock, just 30 seconds to go in this one. Edwards inbounds to England. Here's Lansall, spins around, left-handed shot over the front of the rim, off glass and in for two. Puts the Tigers back out in front by 30 over Danville. Down to 10 seconds left. Tigers close this one out. They'll move to 2-0. Bridgewater's going to try to beat the clock on a layup. She does to give the Tigers an even 50 to finish this one out over Danville. Paris moves to 2-0. They'll have a chance to clinch a spot in the championship game of this North American Lighting Tournament. That'll happen on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. But before we close out this evening, we'll take a break. Be back with stats from this contest and a post-game interview with Coach Dave Tingley. This has been the Paris Sports Network. We'll be back after this break.
Imagine if your farm lender specialized in agriculture. At Farm Credit Illinois, we reprice loans at no cost. We offer fixed and adjustable loan options tailored to your farm business. When you choose Farm Credit Illinois, you're not just getting low upfront interest rates. You're getting all these benefits and more. You're joining a cooperative committed to helping you succeed. Contact me, Heather Dunn, or Julie Crippen, loan officers at Farm Credit Illinois in Paris at 217-465-7605 or visit farmcreditil.com/contact. Good luck, Tigers, this sporting season.
Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris. With 2 convenient locations in Paris and Kansas, Templeton Funeral Home is always there providing the care and service you and your loved ones deserve. Pete, Mark, and the staff at Templeton Funeral Home would like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers! North American Lighting is a leading supplier of automotive lighting systems in North America, and they're proud supporters of Paris Tiger Athletics. They'd like to wish all the Tigers the best of luck this sporting season. Located at the Paris Airport, Seat Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153.
Welcome back to Paris Sports Network. We are here after a Tiger victory, 50-18 over the Danville Vikings. Maybe 19 if you're counting at home. Last point was up in the air, but nonetheless, a convincing victory from the Tigers after a sluggish first half. And I'm sure Coach Tinley will talk about that once he makes his way up the bleachers. But a win nonetheless for the Tigers. They moved to 2-0 on the season.
Yeah, just 17 points in that first half, but a 9-point lead for the Lady Tigers, and they really turned things around in that second half, putting 33 points up on the board. Go down some stats real quick for Danville Lady Vikings. They were guilty of 24 turnovers on the night, shot 7 out of 25 for 28% from inside the arc, didn't make a three-pointer in 10 attempts, and were 4 out of 13 from the free throw line for 31%. Leading the way, Ashanti Conaway with 8, 5 for Lindsay Porter, 4 for Jada Bell, and 2 for Gabriela Huerta. For Lady Tiger, they committed just 10 turnovers on the night. They shot 13 out of 39 from inside the arc, 33%, 4 for 24 from beyond for 17%, and at the free throw line, they were 10 out of 16 for 63%. Leading the way for Lady Tigers, Palin Camp with 12 points, Macy Bicknell right behind her with 9. 5 points for J.C. Young, 4 for Peyton Keys, 4 for Kaylee Young, 4 for Alexis Lansaw, and 2 points apiece for Kylie Edwards, Taylor Clark, and Natalie Bridgewater, and Morgan Combs. Lady Tigers moved to 2-0, as Clay mentioned, ahead of a matchup with Charleston Lady Trojans on Saturday morning.
We saw Charleston play their game before this one got started, and Terre Haute North beat them convincingly. About a similar Charleston team of what the Tigers saw last year, and that one went in favor of Paris. 56-24 was the final score. You know, Charleston has Tomlinson back, Bree Tomlinson. They were able to get a few other athletes to try out for the team last year, and they're back, but not necessarily basketball players. I do have some quality athletes on the team. Blair Ritchie, one of those who will probably play softball at the next level, is playing basketball once again. So,
yeah, that's the only time we see Charleston is in this tournament. We used to go over there and play in their holiday tournament, but don't do that anymore. But we just throttled them with a running clock 2 years ago, and then last year it was a little bit closer. And this year, with our youth and their athleticism, it should be a pretty good matchup. And throw in the factor being first thing Saturday morning. For high school kids, Saturday mornings aren't their favorite time of the week, that's for sure. But we'll see what Saturday brings, and win that game, and you're playing for the title later in the day.
We'll also have updates on other Little Illini Conference teams throughout the season. Do know that most everybody's played their first game. Mount Carmel is the only LIC team who hasn't played yet. Olney is the only other LIC team here in Paris. They're in the opposite pool. And interesting note about their schedule, they played here on Monday. Obviously playing here tonight in the NAL tournament. And I can't remember who their opponent was, but they wound up playing somebody else last night, playing back-to-back-to-back and playing somebody in the middle of them playing in a tournament, which oddity of a schedule.
That's a little ambitious, isn't it? Yeah. Especially the first week of the season, playing 5 games in 5 days, 6 days, whatever it is. But, yeah, I mean, if you get a chance to play somebody, you definitely want to do it.
They were playing against Terre Haute South as I was packing up the equipment to bring it here, and South not the strongest team, and that was a team that Paris took care of last year fairly easily, and I would say talent level's about the same for South, and them and Olney were playing a 1 or 2 point game throughout that contest while I was there. So just looking ahead to a couple of potential opponents for the Tigers. I think South is on the schedule as well. Do have Coach Tingley making his way to join us here on the post-game show. Let him get his headset on. And well, Coach,
let's talk about the defense.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably expect to shoot a little bit better no matter what. It was just, I mean, it's just an off night, right?
Hey, the only thing that concerns me is, not concerns, but like, man, this is, if there's not a better gym to shoot in than Ernie Eveland Gymnasium. Yeah. So to come in here and shoot poorly just makes my heart hurt, actually. But yeah, off night. Okay, we'll go with that. Definitely was an off night. Didn't really get a whole lot better than it was on Monday night. The thing about it is, we do have girls that can shoot the ball. This haven't really shown out yet. So, maybe we're saving them. I don't know that that's if that's an actual thing, but I'm going to go with it. And defensively tonight, like I said, let's talk there first. Our defense was excellent tonight. I mean, that's a team that they're sloppy, and I think that had a little bit to do with the way we played too. And we talked about it before the game. Like it's hard to play clean and smooth versus a team that's a little sloppy. Make some passes that maybe you don't expect them to make, or kind of bobbles the ball around or whatever. We did our fair share of that tonight as well. But defensively, holding Jada Bell that routinely scores, high teens to I think did she have 4 points tonight? So where's that here, Bell? Yeah, 4 points tonight. That's great. And then they have Conaway that's was had a heck of a night the other night too. I think she had like 14 or so. She's a super athletic player. They both have played in the Havoc program, so they're two girls that we know that can score for them. And we shut them down tonight, wore them down again. Kind of had to wear a team down. Going to the offensive side of it, we are trying some new stuff. Not so much offenses, but we're trying to kind of change our pace up a little bit and go a little bit faster, play more girls. Kind of play with a little bit more of an edge and a little bit more of a speed. And I think you could probably see that. I don't know if you see the results of why we should do it, but you see us trying and attempting it. We've done it really well in practice, so I know what it can look like and how it can be. We've just got to get it together on the court so it's a little bit more efficient. But we're also playing a large mixture of girls at the same time, in and out to keep them fresh. So it might take some time to really get them to gel in like the subbing in and out in the flow of like when you're going in and when you're sitting down and who you're playing with. So we're still 2 games into a very long season, and there's a lot of things that can improve in that area. And I would rather be, I guess, here knowing we have room to improve than already at our peak and then maybe lose some of that magic later on. So it's good to see them score 33 in the second half and I think 45 in the last 3 quarters. That's the way it should be, but we got to start out a little better than we have the last couple nights.
Yeah, and I'll say this, and you take it wherever you want, but both tonight and Monday night, girls on the other team were actively just kind of done with it, right? They want to be taken out of the game, like just frustrated, not want to do anything. So that's encouraging to see.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was going to say was the amount of open looks, no matter where you're at on the court for your girls tonight. I mean, there were open looks on the block where there was nobody around. One time Combs had everybody cleared out to the free throw line down here. That was nice to see. And then just open looks from 3. I mean, sometimes it is a little bit easier when you've got somebody playing defense on you and it's not like, whoa, this is weird, right?
Yeah, and so we had that. You're not wrong on that. Like to have open looks, it's not like we're taking a lot of contested shots and odd ones. I just would like us to maybe go inside out a little bit more often. And it's not so much you got to go in the post. It's let's make a couple passes, move the ball across the court, or move the ball to the middle either through a cut or a drive, and then if they collapse on us, then kick it out. Because you're a much more efficient offense when you work the ball to the middle first. I mean, it's basketball 101. Just get the ball to the middle, defense collapse. Catching the ball on a kick out is a lot easier to make than catching the ball on a swing. Not that you can't do that, but that's the way that I would like us to play more. It's not that it's got to be like that all the time, but if we were 0 for 8, I told them at the end of the first quarter, we were 0 for 8 from the three-point line, and we'd taken a lot of shots that were just swings. And I said, maybe we need to get inside first. Maybe we need to get to the free throw line first. Maybe we need to get the ball at the basket before we take another 3. And then we shot 7 more in the second quarter and went 0 for 7 in the second quarter. So
You know, in Macy last year, that was what Macy did really well, right? Was getting down the left side of the lane, right side of the lane, baseline, and then either finishing or finding somebody.
When she did
really
that
well.
Monday night, she did well with it Monday night. Tonight she just kind of got in between, and sometimes she does that. If it's not just this, sometimes she's afraid to like take an off balance shot. Well, that's kind of what she's the best at, is taking the shots that are a little off balance or a little bit, you know, you're spinning out, and because she's good at finessing the ball around the basket. So. But then some nights she's, you know, kind of like, nah, I didn't feel it, you know, or whatever. And so we're trying to get her to be more consistent. And again, you know, there's a lot of young girls out there that are learning their way still. But we do have to, you know, mature as the season goes on. And our seniors and our upperclassmen, they do need to play with more consistency, because we already know that the younger ones are going to have trouble with consistency just you know, by default. So we have to find that balance between the upperclassmen and the younger kids, and you know, gain some maturity there. And then I think things are going to end up working out. We're going to have some duds, you know, once in a while, but it's good to have a night where we're off shooting and not playing a very good offense and still score 50. Yep. So that's the bright side, right? Yep. You know, that we still scored 50 despite that, and we did a lot with our defense. You know, we got some turnovers that really helped us a lot to get that number. But hey, you know, long season. We're still gonna you know, keep plugging forward here and try to make something of it.
Appreciate you making that a little easier in that fourth quarter. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice win.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks as always, Coach Tinley, for joining us here on the post-game show. And they did get to 50. That's where they finished the night. 50-18 was the final score, even with a poor shooting performance. So something to be said with that. Good to see that production from the Tiger offense.
Yeah, like you said, bright side for Lady Tigers. They had a lot of opportunities. 63 shot attempts on the night, you know, both from beyond the arc and inside the arc. So, you know, in 32 minutes of playing time, you double that, you get averaging 2 shots a minute. That means you're doing a great job defensively and getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and Lady Tigers did that tonight to pull away late.
Well, with that, that's going to wrap us up from Ernie Eveland Gym this evening. Final score, 50-18. Tigers victorious over Danville to move to 2-0 on the season and 2-0 in this North American Lighting Tournament. They'll be back in action on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. to play against Charleston to hopefully clinch a spot in the championship game on Saturday afternoon. For Jeff Chambers, I'm Clay Best, signing off here on the Parasports Network.
This has been Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by First Farmers Bank, Ingram Waste Disposal, Farm Credit Services, Templeton Funeral Home, Longview Bank, Chip and Bethany Keys at Seed Solutions, Terry Elston State Farm Insurance, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Crispin Farm Center, Country Financial, and our affiliate sponsors Paul and Kathy Porter, Steve and Lynn Young, White Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, Will and Mary Ann Majors, and the Mary Lou Pine family.